going on, everybody? My name is Gabe Charay. If you're new to the channel, I mess around with keyboards, synthesizers, and plugins and stuff like that. And today I'm test driving the new Vari-Amp plugin from Rhodes. For full disclosure, I am a Rhodes affiliate, which means I did receive this software for free, but they didn't tell me what to say or what to do with it. I have a link in the description if you want to check it out. That's my affiliate link. If you decide to purchase it through that link, I receive a little bit of a percentage of the purchase, which helps out this channel. Okay, so this is the Rhodes Vari-Amp plugin from Rhodes. It's a pretty straightforward sort of amp modeler. I sort of think of it as like a coloration device or something to add character or saturation to any sound you want to put through it. It's not just designed for Rhodes pianos or synthesizers. You can put guitars through it, drums, anything, tambourine, bagpipes, you know, whatever you want. But today I think I'm just gonna put my Rhodes through it, this Korg 700, and I'm gonna put some drum tracks through it to show you what I might do with some drums. So here's the interface. It's got some simple things at the top. We have an input volume on the left, your program name, the parameter you're adjusting, the value percentage of the parameter, your saves, and your output volume of the modeler. Sometimes amp modelers can introduce a lot of gain, so sometimes you need to adjust the output volume to make it manageable. Over here on the left, we have a preamp section. All of these preamps are based on Rhodes architecture. So you can see we have the 79 suitcase, the 82 suitcase, Mark 7, Mark 8, and it goes around. One interesting thing that I noticed about these knobs, these are chicken head knobs here, is that if you click all the way over to the other side, you can't keep going. You have to click back to the beginning. So you can't do like a 360 around the knob. Like once you get there, I'm stuck, so I have to go back. That was an interesting choice by Rhodes to do that. It being software, I don't know, I kind of wish it just went back to the top. Down below, we have the ability to adjust the preamp mix, the drive, the type of preamp we are using, and a little EQ to adjust minor EQ changes for the preamp. In the middle, we have an amp mic combo section. So you can select the type of amp the sound is going through. These are your modeled amps. Some of these are based on Rhodes amps, like the suitcase, the satellite. But then as you go around, there's some like the L5 or the Duo that might be based on other speakers that we might know that you might put a Rhodes through. Over here on the right, we have some mic selections, ribbon, condenser, and some dynamic mics. And then we have an amp gain, an amp mic mix, so you can adjust the dry wet. We have a phase cancellation. Down here, we have your compression. We have in and out meters, the makeup and the amount, simple compression stuff, basic compressor. Pre is the compression before it hits the amp, and then post is after it hits the amp. And then we have a reverb over here, spring plate room hall. These are reverbs you might have seen on some other Rhodes software. The time, the pre-delay, a little high pass, low pass filter section here for the reverb in case you want to cut out some of those lower frequencies. It's pretty common with reverb. And of course a mix knob. Down here we have the global EQ. This can adjust any sort of EQ adjustments you need. They also have a pre and post. Pre is pre-reverb and post is post-reverb. Another thing that I think is interesting about this interface is there's no sort of graphical illustrations or anything about how each of these things are working. They just included meters as if it were a hardware device, which is kind of cool actually. It makes you use your ears a little bit more. It's pretty hardware based for a plugin. So that's how my Rhodes sounds naked. I've selected the Gnarly Grit preset first. Let's go for something a little more drastic. So this one's called Pretty Guitar Number 1. This one's called Grungy Guitar. This one's called Warm Breakup for keys. Let's put a little bit of synth stuff through the Vari-Amp and see what happens. Let's turn the Vari-Amp on and then check out some of those synth presets. So Big Synth. That's a long reverb. Next, this one's called Distant Synth. This one's called Evolving Synth. Seems like a lot of the synth presets have a lot of reverb on them. This one's called Warm Synth. So of course you can use it like I'm using it right now as a literal amp modeler saturation device for instruments that you're playing, but you can also use it as like sort of a post mix type thing or a sound design tool for a track you already have recorded. So for instance, I have this drum track loaded in. So I wanted to put the Vari-Amp on those drums and show you how I might use it like in a recording situation. I have a return track down here at the bottom with the Vari-Amp loaded in, and I have a preset hard squash drums. So what I might do is I just want to mix in some of that Vari-Amp sound into that drum track and maybe kind of do it back and forth to, you know, create sort of more interesting drum sounds. So I can do it live like this. So I'm going to send the drums to that Vari-Amp. But what I might do, let's say I was recording something, I might record the automation of doing that send to the Vari-Amp. So I get this sort of cool breathing sound in the drums.
A few moments later.
So now I have it automated. And you can see here on the send, it'll automate what I just recorded. And now you have a cool little track using the Vari-Amp to create some texture and coloration in that drum track. Okay, so I'm gonna try to record something using the Vari-Amp on all three tracks that I have so far. So on the drums, I have that automated Vari-Amp kind of coming in and out. On the Korg, I have the Distant Synth preset, and on the Rhodes, I have the Warm Breakup preset. Let's see what happens. So that's the Rhodes Vari-Amp. It's a simple little amp modeling device based on all the Rhodes architecture. The introductory price is $89.95 US, and that's until November 10th, 2025, I believe. And then the price, the normal pricing for it is $125 US. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. I'd be happy to answer. And if you're interested in it, there's a link in the description below. Until next time, see y'all.